Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how to build this airport hangar for your miniature airport. This is called hangar number 1. First, what you need to do is print the PDF file that you got downloaded. In this case, you want to make sure that you print the file on both sides of the paper. Before we get started, there's a couple of things that I want you to know. First, these are the tools that you're going to need for this project. A sharp X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors, glue stick, some sort of all-purpose glue, tape, a metal ruler, and a cutting board. Next, I want to show you the difference between a score and a cut. On the file that you're going to get something like this, where you have solid lines for cuts and dotted lines for scores. When you make a cut, you want to line up both of the solid lines and make a cut. You put enough force to get the blade all the way through. When you're doing a score, same thing, you want to line up your dotted lines, but instead of a lot of force, you want to do a very light cut. You don't want it to go through the paper. What happens is when you want to make a corner, after you score it, you're going to get a very nice sharp corner. Okay, so let's get started. What I like to do first is to do all my scores. A score is a cut that you make that is very light, just so that the file bends over and it doesn't go through the paper. All the scores will be in dotted lines, so what you need to do is you need to line up both dotted lines and then do the score. A tip is to find your score line, put the blade of the X-Acto knife in there, put the ruler against it, and then find the other line and line up with that. And then you can go ahead and make the cut. Again, it's very light, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. So you line up there, you find your other line on the other side, and you score it. So you do it on this side. From the middle out, and same thing here from the middle out. Then the next score is right in between here. Okay. For the roof, you have 3 scores. So that's all the scoring. Next, we do the cutting. Okay, so let's start with the cutting. When you cut, similar to the score, what you want to look is for the solid lines. Those are your guides for the cutting. Same thing, you put your blade on the line, put your ruler, and then find the other line, line it up. Now you do put the pressure, because you want to make this a cut. Goes all the way through the paper. So that's that, and that's that. That's the first part. Now we go to this guy. On this one you're going to have to cut inside there. Over here you cut from the middle to the outside. This is where you want to make the cut for the main opening. And now we cut the top of the lips or the tabs. So next you're going to have to make a little cut here. And then cut the little lip in there. This one we do the same. We cut there, cut there, there, and there, and that gives us all three pieces that we need. Next, we're going to do the final assembly. So for the final assembly you're going to need some tape, you're going to need a stick glue, and your all-purpose adhesive. So we get started with cutting a little piece of tape, putting it here, then just trim the excess tape. And we're going to get this side in there. Then we do the same thing on this side. Trim it. And now what we do is bend this guy, and they will line up. Okay, so that's the basic structure right there. Next, we want to fold on the tabs. These are the ones that are going to hold the roof together. So here's your roof. Very simple. You bend there, there, and there. It doesn't matter which way you put it in. Front is the same. So now we want to take a little piece of paper and start gluing. I do this because it gets a little messy. So you want to put a little bit of glue on this side. Make sure you get the corners real good. And now you take one side over here and you line it up. You want to leave a little bit of a lip. either side. So you line up real good. Like I said, you want to leave a little bit of a lip there. Next, you want to put some of your adhesive on the tabs here. And then just bring the roof right over it. Again, make sure that you leave a little bit of a lip. Easy just to turn it around and see. A little bit of a lip. Another thing that you can do is go in here and with your finger just push on the tabs to make sure they make good contact. You see the lip all the way around. And the last thing you do is the last piece of the wall. Like before, you put the glue, make sure you get the corners. And now just fold it over and line it up. And with that, you have your new hangar for your new model airport. Thank you.